everyone, I'm Lily and welcome to the live Puss in Boots press conference here from Claridge's in London. We have hundreds of film clubbers watching from schools all across the UK, so make sure you stay tuned and watch me ask stars of the film, Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek, as well as the director Chris Miller, some of your questions. Don't forget to join us on Twitter by adding @FilmClubUK to any of your tweets. It's about to start now, so I'm going to go and take my seat. See you soon.
It's quite an exciting project that's happening this morning. We're being streamed to 250,000 school children. We're all part of Film Club, and I think it's great that kids are being encouraged to watch film and to start to have an understanding of what makes it so magic. This morning we'll begin the press conference with Lily, who is an ambassadress of Film Club and has some questions to ask our guests. Lily, thank you.
Thank you, John. Melissa from Bestonfields Primary and Sarah from Brownlow Fold Primary have asked about characterisation. Are there any similarities between you and your characters, and did you feel any pressure to make a film about Puss without the other characters from Shrek?
I adore this character. It would be very bad for me just to say that I have similarities with him, because I really think that he got values that I don't. He's just too courageous, and I am not that courageous in my personal life. I try to be, but it's hard. But what I would say is that, you know, I think the creative people, the scriptwriters, our director, and everybody who is involved in the movie, they try to get from you a lot of your own personal features. And so I may have something of my character, and also they make references to characters that I have played in the past, like Zorro, Desperado, the 13th Warrior, epic characters that I have played. So, you know, I suppose that there is something in there. And because I have been doing this for 10 years, not only just when we are recording the voice, but also when we are traveling all around the world, we learn to about each other, about our sense of humor. So more and more I can see a little bit more of me every year, or every 3 years actually, you know, in this character, yeah.
Well, I am very independent, and I have a great sense of adventure. And I do feel like that I have a lot of similarities with my character, but I want to clarify that I am not a thief. In this manner, we are not alike at all.
Luna from St Joseph's Junior, Itty from Ben Jonson Primary, and David from De La Salle High have asked about inspiration. What films did you watch when you were younger, and what inspired you at that age?
Should I start? Okay. I love Peter Pan. There was a fairy tale. I mean, I didn't know about the fairy tale actually. I saw the movie when I was very young, and it produced a huge impact on me. And it doesn't mean that I have that kind of Peter Pan complex, because I grew up and I am responsible and I have a family. but I just love the adventures of and the possibility of not growing up at that particular time when I was, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. It was good, you know.
Ms. Hayek?
Of course, all the princesses, and those ones messed me up, because they make you think that there's going to be a prince that's going to come and rescue you, and that if you're sort of cute, you don't have to do much in life, which is not true. So I had to deal with that one for a long time. And but then came Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, yeah. And this was a redemption, because then somehow something clicked in my brain, and I understood that there was a place in the world where anything could happen, where there were no limitations, and the river could be made out of chocolate, and you could chew some gum that was going to make you fly, and then you could burp yourself back to earth. And this is what made me want to be an actress, because I realized there was a place in the world called films where you could go and you had no limitations.
I would say Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That was always, I loved that film at a very...
What film?
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Have you ever seen it?
Is that a religious?
It was. I mean,
it's
in its own special way.
It's a very profound religious film that was shot mainly in Scotland.
I loved it. I loved it. because
I never saw that.
oh, you should check it out. It's hysterical, and I was I just remember seeing it. I was far too young to watch the film, so I was maybe like 6 or 7, and it would have to be one of those viewings where you were on the staircase peering through the bars at a TV set, and no one knowing that you were awake. So so it felt like forbidden fruit that way. But also Terry Gilliam's animation in that film, it was so inspiring to me, and I've never laughed harder at a movie.
Lucy from 10 to Fields Primary and Fraser and Sammy from Woodlands Junior have asked about advice. What advice would you give to someone like me, a young person, to get to where you are today?
You know, of all of these years as a professional, there's only one thing that actually moves you, and is love for what you do. You have to forget about the results of that and what it's going to bring you in your life. You have to make sure that your passion, if you're making movies, is between action and cut.
Yes, no, but this is not an advice that anybody gave to me. But this is an advice I would like to give to someone, and that is that not to think about how to get to where someone else got, but to figure out where is it that you have to get. And it's strange, but I sort of did that advice. I sort of gave that advice to myself. I did not have someone, and I said, oh, I want that life, I want that career, I want to be like her. There was not anyone I could do that with in my circumstances, because there were no Mexican actresses working in movies in a worldwide stage, you know? So if I had followed someone else, I would have never gotten here. And sometimes when we try to get outside of ourselves, to be like someone else, you missed out on so many beautiful things that you don't know that you are, because you're looking at someone else. And I think that today this is a very big problem because of the world we live in and the social media and everything. Everybody is obsessed with their own identity, but seen through other people, and everybody lives very much outside of themselves. So this is my advice. Try to figure out who you really are and not who you want other people to think you are.
I mean, going right off of what Salma just said, I would say once you can find out or discover who you are, just be prolific. You know, if you're a painter, paint. If you're an actor, act. I mean, it sounds very simple, but if you want to make movies, make films. I feel like there are so many sort of easy opportunities too now. Everyone's got a camera on their phone, so I would just say do it every day, and with passion.
Thank you. And Lily, I think we'd all like to thank you very much indeed for your participation in this press conference. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our guests, thank you.